to the channel. Thanks to my new subs that just joined the channel. So today, super excited. We're gonna put together, and by the way, it's a beautiful 45 degrees outside here in Michigan. That is sweatshirt weather for us. So I'm ecstatic. It's like I can cut a video, so that's what we're doing. We're getting out here, getting business done. Showing you guys what we got going next for the car. We are gonna make an aesthetic change. And I am not big on changing stock things, but in this case, I'm gonna change these lights because these lights, these tail lights, for me, are hideous. Why? I don't like the red against the orange, nor the white. It just sticks out like a candy cane. To me, it's ugly. So I want something that's gonna be a little more contour to the car, a little more attractive. So, Morimoto, I gotta laugh at the name because when I say Morimoto, I think of
Moto.
I like them big, I like them chunky.
On Madagascar. Sorry, things get stuck in my head. So we are gonna change these lights. Just they're gonna contour in better. They are smoked. We're gonna show you how to put them in quickly. It's not a difficult task, but you wanna make sure you remove your negative battery cable first, very important. But we'll get them on, we'll show them side by side what they look like, and then yeah, we'll have some fun with that, right? We'll give my new subs a chance to take a look at the car. Again, check out my Instagram account, Coyotes North. I will have the list on every photo of this car. I will have the list of all my mods. It's a list like this long, so we won't go through that, but definitely check it out. You'll see what's on the car. But guys, we'll get moving and get to hear cold start, a real cold start. So to my new subs, just a quick look under the engine bay, nothing special. This is all Boss 302, GLT2, cold air intake, and the rest is basically stock appearing. This car is very, very clean, by the way. It's like a showroom car. So we'll get to removing the negative side battery. It's a 5/16 I'm going to use to take that off, and then we'll move to the back. On the back panel, you'll have one on each side. This will help remove this. These are a finger screw. So take these out, obviously. And then we got a couple tabs to pull out, and then we should be able to get this panel off. There's quite a bit of thread on there, so be patient. So it's a cylindrical piece, screws on, and then it looks like you just gotta pop it out. We'll do the other side. A little cold yet still. I think that's it. Now you're going to need this push pin tool removal.
This is for interior panels or any type of panel around the interior, the exterior engine compartment. So they're used quite widely. Gonna get that in and under that button. And for me, I don't want to mark up this interior, so I'm gonna put a cloth behind there. And it's kind of hard to take these out sometimes without destroying them. And I hate destroying a perfectly good car. But these are just pins. They're easily replaced if they get distorted. So this is what they look like. They kind of grab. So there's some resistance coming out, but they do come out. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Then we should be able to pull the panel. So we are going to want to clear out the trunk because this cover plate that covers the spare area, this is going to have to lift up. So we are going to remove the things. I'm going to have to move the camera now from where we're filming. We'll get this picked up and then make sure you don't lose your parts, and then we'll proceed. We have the mat up. I got it propped up with a copper tube, but funny thing, when I was at the track, I borrowed a little air pump from a gentleman that was racing a Hellcat Charger, and little did I know I had one back here. I had no idea. I've never had this up before. All right, we'll see when we'll get this pulled out, and then we'll proceed in getting those lights installed. Alright, so you just kind of gently pull out. Let's see, we have one at the top. Looks like some areas here that might be lifting up. You can see there's pins here, so on the inside. So you're just going to push up the flange on the bottom. And there we have access. Now there is a trunk light connected that we're going to remove. So make sure you pull that out. On this trunk plug, you have to depress this prong right here. And I actually had to use a small screwdriver to get pressure on it. I couldn't get enough by squeezing it in the position it was in, so you might have to work it a little bit, but it came right off as soon as I pushed it down with the screwdriver and pushed it back. Actually depressed it on that little lip and just applied pressure, pushing it back, and it popped right off. Okay, the next thing, you want to make sure that you unplug your tail light. And I am using a 3/8 ratchet on this. Excuse me, it is not a 3/8, it's a 7/16. A lot of folks prefer sockets. Sometimes it's easier to get to. You're going to need a deep well, but it looks like we can just pretty much, they're not super tight. Loosen it and do the rest by finger, so I think we can get the job done without a socket. You're gonna have to pull your carpeting back, same here. Gonna break it loose a little. And once it gets loose enough, get some finger action on there, get it off. The next thing is the grommet here. We need to make sure that gets popped out. So we'll take a look at that from the front end. Lastly, behind the carpet here, one more bolt hiding from us. It's tucked up here. Kind of hard to see. There it is. Yeah, so we need to remove this one also. Same size. All right, we got it loose, and again, it's going to get removed by our finger. So there's 3 flange nuts that will need to come off. Now we can just grab it here and here. Looks like we can bring it straight out. So where the wire housing goes through the panel there, we're going to take that grommet completely out, and then we'll replace it with a new one, so it'll be all out in one piece. Alright, we'll get our box open with our Morimoto tail lights. I'm even considering, not now, but later, possibly changing the front. I don't know. Here they are, and it looks like we're going to have to pull that plug out, and then we got a whole plug assembly, so that will work. Everything's going to come out. Let's take a look at these. This is my right side. These look good. These are going to look great. I'm not taking the plastic off because I'm going to keep you guys in suspense. All right. Now these are around 380. Oh, them are going to look nice. Them are going to look nice. So that was actually relatively easy. We just pushed from the inside, we pushed it out, and it just popped right out. So we're going to clean this area up now that we got that off. I am going to take some Windex and a cloth and clean this area up so she stays clean. I like my stuff clean. All right, we will get the tail light strung through here. And it actually plungers right in the hole quite nicely, so we are just going to work it in, find the holes. Seems to be a pretty nice fit. We're going to put one nut on to hold it in case it wants to flop out. The one thing I do want to do is clean this up right here with some Armor All before it gets in there too tight. So guys, we got these on. We are going to get them finger tight, and then we're going to snug them just as they were. They don't need to be tightened down really hard. So you're going to push the light in a little bit with your left hand and the palm. Make sure you don't damage. And then likewise back here. And then we'll draw it up slightly with the wrench. Again, you're going to snug it. You're dealing with plastic, so you don't want to refund this shit because it will break. These lights look beautiful too, by the way. I am super excited. Super excited, man. I'm real finicky about changing things on a car, but you're probably saying why. I got all these bolt-ons and the physical appearance. What I like about the headlights, though, I mentioned that earlier, is they're designed to look like a 60s headlamp, and I think that's really cool. And we'll look at that shortly here, as soon as we get this done. As soon as you start to feel some tension on it, just snug it down. And it feels semi-tight. Likewise for the others. We've got a long ways to go on this one. snug again. We should be good to go. Get her plugged in. We'll take a look at this bad boy. All right. Nice. What a change. Blends in with the flat black panel. Let's close this by the way. It doesn't stick out as much. The other one protrudes, so it really is designed to fit much, much better. If you look at the factory one, you can get almost an inch sticking out here. That's another thing I didn't like. Now these are sequential, but boy do they look good. So going down the road, I can see immediately you get the S550 look on the left. These factory ones on the right are a little more elegant, if you will, in a sense of you see that like a prism in the light. Just going closer. You see how it looks like a prism? And then you see a three-dimensional, which is kind of cool. I just don't like the white. However, when you look at the Morimotos, what a nice, again, these are smoked, what a nice looking light. These are from LMR, and yeah, they look real good. We'll get the other side on, and we will record that, and then we'll let you take a look at them both installed. So the panel went in probably easier than it came out. Obviously, usually I think things do. You just gotta make sure you line everything up, take your time, and get everything assembled, get it all snug. As I said, I cleaned up the trim, the rubber trim, if you will, around it with some Armor All, and it looks great. A nice fit. Again, these are the Morimoto XB. They're smoked for the 2010-2014 Mustang. I got these through LMR. So, man, they look great. I'm super, super excited. Let's take a look at the front headlights and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So on the front lights, the way Ford designed it for these cars, I mean, I think it's really cool, and I probably will leave these stock. What I like about it is if you look how it contours, and it's actually designed, and it looks like a traditional 60s car. It's retro, totally retro there. And if anything, we can change the bulbs, but the shape, the way that looks, I don't want to touch that. And I think that looks great. And I'll show you what it looks like on the old Super Bee. Give you an idea, the similarities. So as you can see, in this particular light, you have your crosshatch lines and it actually domes out. But what Ford did, they did it on the reverse to kind of project it to make it look like a 60s headlight. And that's what I like about that look. That is a totally retro look for the Mustang. For me, that's an awesome look. I just think it's cool. That was one of the first things I noticed about this car when I looked at it. But yeah. So guys, this will wrap this video up. I think these are a awesome light. If that's something you guys want on your car, I would suggest check out LMR. These are extremely cool lights, and they add a nice nice personal touch to the cover. So guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Take care.